I hate to break the fishing news after Chuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Welcome into the Real Life Podcast on Monday, August 12th.
Like episode 602, I think.
602, that is
600 went unmarked on the show, Liam.
Yeah, we did it, and then I was uploading, and I was like, oh shit, that was episode 600.
Wow, good for you guys.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Have you always had a long intro like that on this show?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Might get a new one made for the start of next season. I do think that'll be a priority. Pat's in the office, actually, so we could probably get him onto it.
We had a Sam Gagne intro that we forgot about for 2 years. And then one day Bag Milk just pressed the button to try to remember what it was.
Because we were having Gagne on.
Yeah.
And I was like, look.
Wow, good timing.
And yet we used that one with the fishing news.
I like the piss one.
And the fishing news and Jay's line about trading a migraine in for an orgasm, which is about Neil for Lucic.
Oh, well.
Keeps us grounded, I like to
Keeps
think.
us grounded.
Yeah. Welcome into today's show. It's brought to you by our friends at A&W. Burgers to Beat MS Day is back, celebrating its 16th year on August 22nd. For every teen burger sold on Burgers to Beat MS Day, $2 will be donated to MS Canada. In the lead up to August 22nd, you can support Burgers to Beat MS by rounding up your bill with any purchase at an A&W, donating online at burgerstobeatms.com or through the A&W app or through your favorite delivery apps when you order A&W. A&W rallying communities to unite for the cause and raise awareness about MS in Canada. On August 22nd, Canadians can show their support and help envision a world free of MS by visiting their local A&W and purchasing a delicious teen burger to once again support individuals living with and affected by MS. Liam and I will be on location at a to-be-determined A&W that day.
Do you know what A&W stands for, Liam?
Angus and Wheaties.
Hamburgers and Woot beer.
Oh, I actually know that.
Yep.
No, it's the guy.
Hamburgers and Woot beer.
Woot beer?
Yeah, they had to change it to root beer, but they'd already made the sign, so they kept it A&W.
Ah, shoot.
Don't look that up, Tyler.
I looked it up.
What does A&W stand for?
Allen and Wright.
Is that really it?
Yep.
Thank God they went with A&W. No offense, A&W.
Shout out to Rudy Root Bear, the mascot.
Hamburgers and Woot beer. Yep. Liam and I were talking before the show started, and we just snatched him off the streets here at Nation HQ and made him come in.
Chalmers is on holidays. Bag Milk is on holidays, which is nice. Chalmers takes a lot of holidays. Bag Milk takes no holidays. So I'm very excited for BM to have 10 days off. He'd be chilling. He's going to see Blink 182 in Toronto.
I think he's also mixing in a family funeral.
Family reunion / funeral.
Oh.
Is that planned to be the same thing, or are they going to kill one of the members?
What came first?
I don't know.
Hi.
We're going to gather all the Bag Milks, and the sickest one we're going to kill, and then have a funeral for.
No, I think it was I think he had a family member die earlier in the year, and they were like, we're just going to do it in the summer when everyone can make it and see each other and turn it into a family reunion. So I think it was a funeral first. All right. Things I wanted to talk about today. Folk Fest, but that would be more for Jay. You don't know what Folk Fest, do you?
I'm familiar with it, but I didn't
go. I don't really get it.
You went to the Elks game. I don't get it either, which is why I want to talk about it.
I can talk about this with you. Let's go.
Okay, so we can get to the Elks game in a bit if you want, but Folk Fest.
Yeah.
So when I go to a music festival, which I've only been to Big Valley, I don't go to watch people I don't know.
You go because there are people there you like.
Yeah, like the one year I went Florida Georgia Line headlined.
Sure.
It was amazing.
Did you go to any of the opening acts?
I went to Thomas Rhett did one.
Okay.
There was a few other guys
But you knew those people in advance?
Yeah, I didn't go to any of the people I didn't know.
Folk Fest, I think, is more about discovering new music and the general vibe of the whole.
It's like letting them tell you what's going to be good for music.
Okay. So how much is a ticket to Folk Fest?
No earthly idea. It's a 4-day event.
You just sit on this hill.
Yeah.
Which you have to run to get to listen to music all weekend.
Okay, well, if you're going to say does Folk Fest make sense, the answer is absolutely not. But you got to take into they have a tarp lottery followed by a tarp run.
Yeah.
And everybody runs and stakes their claims.
For a chair, for a spot on the hill.
With a tarp.
Oh, okay.
And the tarp is your home.
So you get a top a certain size?
There's regulations, but because it's a hippie thing, when people come, lots of people just say, "Can I sit in your tarp?" And the hippie ways to go, "Of course, of course." And then you make new friends.
Oh, that's not for me.
You know how many River Valley hippies met on a tarp? Wink, right? Ooh.
I'd sit at the top of the hill. Nobody could come on my top, and I'd probably leave halfway through. Because that's the kind
That's
of
your
person I am.
God-given right if you're so inclined. There's also the best thing about Folk Fest. I think they got rid of it due to COVID. Unfortunate, but there was this 360p urinal. Tyler, you'll love
Oh,
this.
yeah. We talked about this on the last episode.
You could lock eyes.
Yeah.
You could be 180 degrees from someone peeing that you never knew. Rope inspector.
It was what David Staples thought the bathrooms at Commonwealth
Yes.
were.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
it's
I
that
thought
for
that
real.
too. I did think that the first time I ever went into Commonwealth, but for Folk Fest, so I was downtown all weekend because I was working at the Halinka at Rogers. So I drove past kind of where it was from. Do you know where the LIT station is? Down,
Of course.
outside of downtown.
Yeah.
You can see it a little bit, right? And I just wonder, like, couldn't I just sit like a little bit further away and get the same thing for free?
Well, of course.
You could hear it.
Fuck? Of course
Yeah,
you
but-
could. Do you want a beer? Do you want to run into those people one tarp over that it turns out you both share an addiction to the same almond milk or whatever the hell these people talk to each other
Hopefully
about?
not silk. You hear about the catastrophe of silk? They killed 2 people, maybe more.
The milk people?
Yeah, because
Killed?
they had a bacteria. I can't remember what it was called.
The recall's over. I'm back to buying it.
Okay. Yeah, this was like a month.
There's
6
certain
weeks ago.
products that you're like, okay, they found glass at McDonald's. Yeah, well, that was in Hawaii. It's not happening
No,
here.
this was Ontario. This was
That's still pretty far away.
good point. But yeah, it killed like 2 people. 12 injured.
That's my go-to coffee creamer is the silk almond.
Mine is
12 injured.
12. Well, I would injured be the right term?
I don't think so.
Hospitalized. Yeah.
Ill.
Ill.
Injured
Yeah.
and for like the box blew their arm off. They opened it.
Now that would be quite the recall.
I remember a story like that
milk
about
is
ovens.
exploded.
The door blew off.
Like the glass door would just like randomly, no rhyme or reason, just boom, and like,
Whoa.
and people would be like standing there cooking, then just get like hit with shards of glass
Oh,
to their lower
no.
section.
Oh.
I just wanted an oven.
Just
Oh,
some
no.
nuggies.
Speaking of regulations, bagel bites are back in Canada.
Were they gone?
They were gone for over 2 years. I believe.
Who won World War II? I ask you at some point.
It was bullshit.
Why did they get rid of them? COVID.
That
It was
was
like some sort of regulations thing changed,
Oh, the
and they were
pizza
no
industry?
longer safe enough.
wow.
But they let this poisonous silk across the border, killing and
Slides
injuring
right through.
hundreds.
It is
Wow,
kinda
bagel
bullshit.
bites.
So
That's
back
good
in
to
my
know.
life this week was my good coffee creamer and bagel bites. It was a good 15% Tuesday, if you know what I'm saying.
Bagel bites were a staple of my junior high days. You know, everyone would come in with pizza pops. Not me, because I didn't want my mouth to be volcanic.
You have to. You just cut them in half and let them sit.
No, that would be ridiculous and not something a grade 9 would ever do.
You would never cut your pizza pop in half in grade 9?
Absolutely not. I would stab it with my fork and be like, that's good enough. And then 2 seconds later, bite into it.
I see. I see. Perhaps the problem wasn't with the pizza pop, Liam. Perhaps it was you.
My bagel bite memories are, it was always my go-to post beer league snack. So back when I didn't really have that much of a job when I was like 18, 19, I'd go play a lot of beer league 10:30 at night. You're not getting home till like 12:30 or 1. Still lived at home with my parents. And I would come home from beer league and then my dad would always wake up and eat in the middle of the night. He does it every night. He wakes up at between like 1 to 2:30 in the morning and he eats.
What?
Most nights he will
Right
get up
on.
and have like a meal, a midnight meal.
A full meal, sides.
So
cooked.
like I would come home from beer league, I would have a beer and my bagel bites and then like watch Sports Center and my dad would wake up and come and eat like 2 full pizza pops and then just like sit on the couch, watch TV for like an hour, eat his pizza pops and then just go back to bed for the rest of
Wow,
the night.
there you have it. Someone knocked on the door.
Wanye has to go at 2.
half and half. That's fine.
It all happened in the group chat.
I'm going to Mary Brown pop in. I'm going to leave midway through and you keep rocking. I'm at Gregor. Gregor's asked me to, because he's on vacation, to go in and co-host as much as I want.
Well, so the logic was I wouldn't want to do the full pod. Like I could do half it with Wanye and half it with you and then everyone wins. But so that's why I asked where you were going when you left. Cause I was like in the group chat, we all said you could do 1:30.
Oh, did
you
I say 1:30?
No, you didn't respond.
Then we brought in Liam for color.
And I brought this table cover because it's cold in here.
Yeah, that's why I had to leave my office in an ice box right now. So I had to run outside for a call.
There are no other highlights.
Heat.
We were talking about Folk Fest.
Oh,
I don't-
allow me to fill in the blanks.
Well, no one knows what it is.
I
What's the
don't get
daily
it.
price? I had no idea.
Well, okay, so a 4-day pass. I'm still wearing my bracelet. My 4-day pass is $250. But
Is it different for kids or for family?
Per person?
Kids are free up until 11.
That's the way. That's the hippie way.
So it's very affordable. And I think a 1 day pass is like 100 or 125. Obviously the value is in the 4 day pass. Kids get free face painting.
there it is.
Wow. Adults?
Crawford
That's
loving
huge.
it.
Crawford got face painted yesterday. She was buzzing around. I put on, just because I was chasing around yesterday, almost 20,000 steps. That's good.
Wow. Up and down a hill.
You look like you got some sun.
I got some sun. It was beautiful weather this week.
That's probably one of the nicest Folk Fest weather was.
It wasn't like it was, even though yesterday was really hot, but like I've been there when it's like 30. That is like scary hot. Like anything mid 20s is fine.
Was it 360 urinal in play?
No, they've taken it out.
Forever?
I think there's been maybe some complaints.
We're never going to build back better?
It's so efficient.
And you get to lock eyes.
It's so efficient. There's so many like nuances to Folk Fest, and also just like the folkiness of it, right?
So
Like,
what is
it's
the
not
big draw for
corporate,
you?
but
Yeah.
there's some,
It's
there's
hippie
some-
shit.
There is some corporate elements, but there's a lot of hippie philosophy, which what makes it nice. Like the tarp run is such like a equal opportunity way to try to get the best seat in the house.
It's more complicated though than electing a pope. Let's
it
be
is
honest,
so
right? There's
funny.
so many
And it
elements.
results in a lot of early mornings. Like that's why you're exhausted at Folk Fest, because you go until midnight, 1 o'clock, and then you have to be up at 6:30 to go and do the tarp run the next day.
It resets every morning.
Every morning. It's
Fuck.
every day.
Now, what about Robert Plant's bus fuckery? Can you speak to that?
In the sense of causing the delay.
There wasn't it a 3-hour delay on Sunday because Robert Plant parked
in
in
1 hour. There's
Oh.
always this is what drives me nuts. There's always a truck delay on the morning tarp runs, because one of the big acts, big trucks, goes out in the front stage to do all the things it needs to do, which delays people's ability to go on the field when
Yeah.
they tarp. It's constant. Every year there is a truck delay. This year, this one was an hour long.
But it's Robert Plant. What are you going to do? He wrote Stairway to Heaven.
It's every big band. You're like, okay, and the volunteers even tell you, yeah, it's Robert Plant's truck. Don't worry, it's all good. Luckily, you bring your chair for a tarp run because you get to sit for that hour, and you nap.
So back in your heyday, because maybe you aren't this intense now, would you be like Friday night, drink a zillion beers, Saturday 6 a.m. I'm up to go do the tarp run?
Yeah, and and I do a different version of that now, but exhausted.
So you're more tired after the weekend,
Oh,
or is it recharging because of the folkiness?
The beers recharge you. That's
the
one
vibe,
of the.
like holistically recharged, physically exhausted.
Okay.
It's one of the best weekends in our city, regardless if you like the music or not.
This is what I was trying to get through to Liam. It doesn't matter about the music. It's just
doesn't matter.
it's the vibe. It's the background vibe.
It is the vibe, and sometimes you find music you'll actually really like that you've never heard of, and that's also kind of the beautiful thing of it.
I learned this when we went to Iceland, because I used to be like you. If I didn't like a band a lot, I was like, why would I want to see them in person? But we went to a music festival in Iceland. I'd never heard of anybody. I just kind of took them at their word. It was going to be good. And that opened a door for me to go to weirdo things like Folk Fest and just take them at their word. They know what they're doing. If they're on the stage, they're going to be good.
So how much they sell a beer for at Folk Fest? $6.
$5.50.
Oh, okay. Well, now you're not.
Damn, it's more than that.
It's $8, but that's really good. Like,
Yeah.
event pricing, that is
Not bad.
that is very cheap.
If you went to a heavy metal festival, not a fan of heavy metal, I could see it being a bit more offensive. But like Folk Fest, it's pretty ambient.
It's like a social. It's the safest place on the planet for those 4 days. People just let their kids free, and they have the time of their lives. It's everyone's looking out for one another. The thing, and so like there's that safety element. The whole tarp respect, like. You go lay your tarp, you can literally leave your wallet on that tarp for 24 hours and it will not be touched. There might actually be money put into it.
yeah,
People would be like, "Damn, this guy needs
they
it."
took up money, and then those little candle things.
Yeah.
You know about those?
No idea.
They go around. I thought it was ice cream. Nope. They were selling candles with a cup around it. And then I was like, this isn't edible. But then you light the candle, you hold it in the air, baby.
Yeah. It's a great hangout. Yeah, you just kind of get amongst it, man.
It's good times. Plus, you're seeing the best view of town.
Oh yeah,
You
with
cannot-
Edmonton in the backdrop.
Oh.
Oh, it's
The rest of the year,
special.
that park does nothing. But for these 4 fucking days and the 3 weeks leading up and the 6 weeks after,
Is it a ski club, right?
Well, it's Connors Hill and then Edmonton Ski Club. It's both sides.
Okay.
it's amazing that it's big enough to have that whole festival, and the rest of the year it does nothing.
It's wild.
What do you consider a cheap beer nowadays?
Well, like an event beer?
Yeah, so like you go to a concert, I guess $8 would be considered cheap.
Like obviously, like what do they sell them for at Riverhawks games?
I don't know.
I think like $7.
Like
the
Stingers
lowest.
games, they were $5.
Yeah, but
Normal Bud Lights though.
but they're doing it to help like
Yeah.
fill the seats, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's
Folk
fair.
Fest doesn't need help filling the seats.
So $8 is fair because they could probably do 12 and get away with it.
They've got Oilers
I
level
guess.
demand.
Yeah.
They could gouge and they don't, which you got to respect.
That's the whole thing, right? You look at it like, okay, like yeah, $8. Like I would happily if they charge $9.50, I wouldn't be upset.
But they don't.
But they don't. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Free
Also,
face painting.
shout out to the Riverhawks,
That was unbelievable.
but the fucking fireworks, your Chuck.
Oh, come on. They won their first playoff game
I
in
knew-
franchise history
hey,
on a Saturday night. Wanye.
You need to
That
understand.
was an extremely. I could hear the fireworks performance. I was like 20 minutes.
Wow.
And I know that there was 9,000 people there and the Riverhawks won their first I don't give one fuck. Listen to it, how it impacted me. Wanye Jr. is moments from sleep. We have been negotiating 90 consecutive minutes. Little weights in his eyes are just about. And I see the first fireworks shoot up out the window. And I'm like, oh my God. You can't tell a 3-year-old not to watch the fireworks. So fine. We put the window blinds up. We're watching the fireworks. They must have gone on for 4 hours. I thought it was Victory in Europe Day. I thought we defeated somebody somewhere along the line. The Riverhawks and Uncle John fireworks. That's almost better than the fucking Canada Day fireworks. Like it was
I swear it was
incredible.
longer, man. It was so long.
It was incredible. And you could see him from Folk Fest?
Oh, yeah.
I'm amazed the River Valley could handle 30,000 people at Folk Fest?
Something like that.
And
Well,
then
it's lost.
8,000 at the baseball
But
diamond?
not only that, there was also that punk rock festival next to Rogers
Punk and
Place.
Drublick.
No effects.
And there was also the Halinka at Rogers. And then there was also like
it was
this
like an anime.
huge anime thing at
That
Shaw
was
as
so.
well.
My scooter rides to Folk Fest saw a lot of interesting
The
stuff.
folkies and the anime people mingling.
Anime people fully dressed up
Yeah.
in wizardry, doing photo shoots in the River Valley
Yes.
in the forest.
Yes.
It was Edmonton was cooking.
It was buzzing.
Society's healing.
What a weekend.
It
It
was.
was a big
crazy,
weekend.
yeah.
It was a big Edmonton weekend.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But those fireworks, good God, they went on forever.
Well, the 9,000 attendance. I still the Riverhawks. That's unreal. And then they flew
that's
to
a-
Bellingham
That's our last game, right?
Last home game of the year.
That
Yep.
sucks.
Even if they win the next game?
because their playoff format in their league is dumb. It's a best of 3, and then the semifinals and the final are best of 1. It's one game.
Well, they have to get the season over with.
I know, and they already we had the manager on Friday on ON Every Day, and they had 8 guys get drafted, right? And those 8 guys, as soon as you're drafted, you got to go. So randomly 10 days before the playoffs,
Yeah, all these
it's
guys
just
gone.
their 8 best players are see ya
Drafted where?
to
to the
majors.
MLB.
Well, they have to report immediately?
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Because it's just summer ball.
Yeah.
It's just kind of to keep them in shape.
The disrespect.
I know. So, anyways, we did talk to him about that.
It would make more sense if they did this playoff round they're in was 1 and done. Then the next one was 3.
Yeah, weed out.
What
Or
the
maybe
Riverhawks
next 2 were 1 and then the final was 3.
fight for their mans. Be like, we have a 15-minute firework display planned. We need our third baseman, please.
Yeah.
Don't steal him.
Sorry,
Oakland A's.
That's where Tommy Takayoshi went.
Tommy Takeyoshi.
Yeah.
I was
Best
just
name.
picking a team at random.
Yep, he went to the A's.
We got Blue Jays guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And a
Someone
bunch
won
of
the 7th round.
Earliest one was 7th round of the Cubs.
And
which
he
is actually pretty
said that was quite high, I believe.
good. Yep.
Sweet.
Pretty high for baseball, yeah. Totally.
I have one real idea for the Elks that they could use. Gregor had a list of questions we had to learn. What would be something you would do for what do you suggest the Elks do? Drone show.
Yeah, drone shows
They
are
actually
cool.
have a drone now, too.
Drone show. So you
yeah.
ditch the firework, but what can the Elks do if they're going to go 1 in 80 in the next 4 seasons?
2-game win
wins in a
streak.
row.
Hottest team in the league.
Drone show. I would go to an event just to see a drone show. It's cool as hell. Have you ever seen one?
Yeah, I was in Phoenix last winter, and we were at the mini golf place, and just randomly a drone show started in the empty field by it.
You know what's great about a drone show? It's quiet. It's not like fireworks, wake a 3-year-old up.
You're going to put an end to fireworks.
Just the Riverhawks. And I don't want to diss the Riverhawks because I love the Riverhawks. And I'm glad we're winning and I'm glad we're in the playoffs. Drone show.
I went to the Elks game yesterday, and maybe it's because they won, but it does seem like it's got better.
Really?
Yeah, the kids seem to be really into it. The idea of when they score a touchdown, they throw footballs into the crowd. Kids were all running around trying to get them, and they were utilizing so they don't allow people to sit in the upper deck anymore.
The entire upper deck.
Yeah, it's just empty.
They just seeded it.
So now everyone sits in the lower bowl, but they were like dropping stuff from the upper bowl to like prizes and stuff. But do you remember when I think we were in, was it Vancouver, and the parachutes weren't working?
Oh, and
Oh,
people were
the one
just
that
getting-
goes
They
just dropped like a lead balloon.
But it's not a huge gap between the upper bowl and the lower bowl. So they were dropping directly on people before the parachutes would open. So I'd recommend figuring that out. But overall, like, it was pretty good. And
Drone delivery.
Beer price?
Got to be 12, right? For a tall boy.
I didn't buy any beers. I bought a burger and it was $11.
Quality? I know you're a high level reviewer.
Good, thick, juicy burger. But they give you the salad in a bag. So you just get this little white bag and another bag with your burger in it, and then you have to put your toppings on yourself. Which
You
is
have to assemble
interesting.
your own burger?
Yeah, I'd
Hold
rather
on. Did you
just
call
ask for
burger
that.
toppings a salad?
Yeah, the burger salad.
What?
Well, I did in that scenario. Burger toppings, typically, if they're on the burger, but they did hand me a bag of salad.
This is why I wanted.
DLT.
Oh, remember those? This is why I wanted Leo on the show for the cultural gap. You call it burger salad?
Well, if they handed me the vegetables in a bag, which is a bag salad. Well, if it was on the burger, it would be the
But
burger
if it's
toppings.
intention, okay, well, what do you call ketchup on its own when it's not being used with
Tomato
fries? It's called tomato soup?
No,
Tomato paste?
ketchup.
Okay.
But they said it was a salad.
Oh,
They said it was
Yeah,
a
they
salad.
said, here's your salad.
here's a
Okay,
burger
well,
and a
then-
salad.
Okay.
Here, this question was thrown out to the people in Owen every day today. If you had to give up ketchup or barbecue sauce for the rest of your life, which one would you give up?
Barbecue sauce.
Ketchup is a
Barbecue sauce,
non-negotiable.
The YouTube chat was the reverse of you guys and in agreement with me.
That wasn't the question.
You
Yeah, it
ditch
was. It was
ketchup?
which one would you rather use?
No, it is not. It said which one is better. That's not which one would you rather
The
give
more
up.
versatile condiment.
You
Ketchup.
think what the fuck?
Ketchup is the more versatile.
You think barbecue
condiment.
sauce is more versatile than
It's
ketchup?
called barbecue sauce.
For barbecue
I use more barbecue sauce than ketchup.
on meat
Yeah, well-
exclusively.
Dipping any chicken related products, nuggets, tenders, barbecue sauce.
Ketchup can go on a
Hot
burger,
dog
on
barbecue.
a fry,
Burger,
on
barbecue
any
sauce.
reheated anything.
Mac and cheese.
Barbecue sauce, electric.
oh, God.
Barbecue sauce on mac and cheese.
Hell yeah, that's so good.
Oh, my God.
Lying to us all.
Put some mayo on your mac and cheese.
You wouldn't put it on a burger salad, would you?
Ooh, I do a barbecue chicken salad. That's very good. It's barbecue sauce. I think you'd be surprised if you did a general poll.
I want to shout out the Irie Jamaican food truck yesterday. I had a delicious meal, plate of food, I should say. At Foot
Barbecue
Fest.
sauce?
Nope.
Jerk chicken?
Jerk sauce, Jesus.
I stitched myself the other day hard with fry dipping. I was like looking in the fridge, and I was like, "Oh, chipotle mayo! I haven't eaten this in ages." And I put it out, and I ate one. I'm like, "Chipotle mayo is gross." And I'm doing something. I go back and I put more in. I'm like, "Why would anybody? Man, that's nasty." I looked. It was 4 years old. Like it didn't look different, but it was different.
Compositionally, it was different.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna hurl, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's not good. I had that happened to a guy on my curling team this year. He ate just straight mayonnaise that was like 3 months expired, and he was out cold for like 2 days. Man,
Yeah,
he was like,
man,
I
you got to
couldn't leave
respect
bed.
mayo.
This said 2020 on the label, but I only had like 3 fried dips,
Yeah.
so I probably only had 2 milliliters of it.
So if anything, maybe you're starting to build up a tolerance now.
I've had enough alcohol go through my system in my life that I feel like it's just always on it's like North Korea. All the missiles are always out. The soldiers are always marching. It can attack anything.
Did you hear about that Olympic, I think they were in triathlon athlete when they were going into the Seine and they were trying to, this is so gross, build their body tolerance up for a coli. So they would and they were talking about it on the broadcast, like, yeah, he goes to the bathroom for the past year. He's just not washed his hands.
Oh,
that is
no.
disgusting.
That's terrible.
And-
he should have been banned from the games.
Yeah.
They should have let them swim in a pool, man. That's not fair to
Well, they
add in the danger of the water.
a coli. Well, they canceled every other event.
And then one guy like hurled 10 times or something when he got out of the water.
I don't know. But disgusting.
What about that guy that was he a runner with COVID and then he was like dancing on the track and then he was in the
Lyles?
club after? Like, did you see that?
Yeah.
That's all bullshit.
Well, he's kind of the most hated man at the Olympics, I think.
Left in a wheelchair from the track because he claimed he was so incapacitated because he found out he had COVID right before the race.
Did you hear so he lost the 200 meters to that guy from St. Lucia? Was it St. Lucia?
Yeah.
Oh, Biles.
Yeah, and
Biles.
they asked him, I don't know the exact question, but it was along the lines of like, do you think you'll be the face of this race now? And he's like, no, I will never be as arrogant and as loud as Noah Lyles, so they'll never let me be the face.
Oh.
And he said Noah Lyles' teammate was sat directly next to him in the press conference, and his face was just like, oh, well, not wrong.
Fuck.
Yeah, but he won the 100 meters. So he's the fastest man alive.
Yeah, kind of.
The highlight for me of the Olympics was that South Sudan took the U.S. to a 1-point basketball game.
In qualifying.
In the pre-Olympics.
Hold on now. Their aggregate salaries of the U.S. team is bigger than the GDP of South Sudan. They have no basketball courts whatsoever in South Sudan.
It's just players who are representing South
They're
Sudan.
from South Sudan that played on their behalf.
Yeah.
But that's the Olympics, baby.
I don't think
LeBron-
it's been called South Sudan for very long either.
I think it's the newest country in the world.
Recent.
It began with an E, I think. I can't remember what it was called.
Eritrea?
No.
Is that so? No, I don't think
No,
it's-
Sudan split up into 2 Sudans.
I thought it was like, I'll look. I'll just Google it.
But
The power of
Sudanese
Google.
people are like genetically enormous, like Bol and Manute Bol. and shit.
Bowl Sudanese?
Yeah. So they have it in them to like produce incredible basketball players.
Did you look it up? It's like Eswahili or something like that.
Oh, like that's what,
Anglo-Egyptian.
No, that's not it.
like that's like the other name
was
for it.
Aki-
That's
was
what it used to
occupied
be
by
called, I
Egypt.
think. If just click on South Sudan.
Formerly known as FKA.
It's landlocked. So
Yeah.
that's tough.
It's helpful information, Tyler.
So is Alberta.
But Canada's not. South Sudan's a country, not a province.
Switzerland's landlocked.
Yeah, like it's like, oh man, we're screwed if you're landlocked.
Tough one. You know about airplanes.
Oh, it's just part of Sudan.
I see.
Yeah, it's separated.
There you have it.
Thanks, Liam.
See, if we did a
Yeah,
better job
thanks.
covering the Olympics, we would have known this.
Do you know the flag for this country that doesn't
It
exist?
says TBD.
For this country?
Have you invented this one? Flag, not for South Sudan. This Iwa one.
Yeah, it has
Oh,
like
yeah.
has like this weird African symbol in the middle. It's red and blue, and there's like yellow in it too. I think I'll look it up.
You're a machine.
You're thinking of Wakanda.
Yeah. If you can find this flag.
All right, before we
There it
continue
is.
along, need to.
Oh, you found.
flag?
Oh boy, it's a real country.
Eswatini. See,
Yeah, probably
It's a-
its own country.
It's
Yeah,
a real
it
thing.
is.
What is that flag?
One I just
Liampedia.org.
described.
It's actually pretty cool. That flag.
yeah, it
to
is
be
a really
honest.
good flag.
Is it a magical country? It became Sudan.
No, it's just Eswatini.
It still exists.
I believe so. Yeah.
Capital city.
And it's not South Sudan though. That's the big call.
No, it's in Southern Africa. Capital, Mumbai.
Of course.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful flag.
Need to remind people that the Oilers Nation Open is happening and it's coming up at the end of the month. You can get in now, nationgear.ca. We still have some spots available. Still have a couple of Mosaic spots available.
Do we? I think the mosaics are sold out. Unless you've been misinformed or I'm misinforming you right now.
Someone is misinforming someone. In the Oilers Nation General Slack, the last time I asked anything, I was told there's still more.
Oh, okay.
And no one's told me otherwise.
Maybe I thought we had enough for 3 teams, which is full. Okay. Well, maybe we have some mosaic spots and we'll happily open up some more if needed.
Yeah, it's still open on the site. So
Sorry.
nationgear.ca, if you want to get in on it, you can get a foursome. You can sign up as a Mosaic, or you can golf with myself, Jay and Chalmers. We create a 5-some. We are going to be, I think, right up there in terms of who can win this
We're
thing.
trophy chase. I am done being nice.
Yeah.
You want to know why also?
Why?
The very first ON Open, my team won, but we didn't take credit.
Who are your members?
This is it's you wouldn't know these guys. It's a group that I used to play in this similar tournament every year. I brought them out to play in this one and we dominated.
Again, all proceeds go to support Gregor's Grads, which we talked about in the last episode, is a fantastic charity. We talked about an ONR, actually. That's what I'm thinking of. But really great thing that Gregor does. Happy to support Gregor's Grads. Happy to have not only the Millwoods Golf Course, but Star Mechanical and Oodle Noodle on board to make this year possible. And of course, everyone who's playing, your proceeds are going towards Gregor's Grad. That auction, the proceeds are going towards Gregor's Grad as well. So the leading bid right now is $625. Looking to get that up a little bit higher. Auction closes in 11 days. So again, it's you and a friend, and you get to golf with me, Jay and Chalmers. We created 5.
It's an auto mully.
Yeah, and we buy the mullies and everything. So we
got an auto mully with every shot. Plus we buy our mullies, so you get 2 extra mullies.
I shot a career low yesterday in my round. So
You better show
What
up.
was it?
78.
Where at?
Sandpiper in St. Albert. So not exactly a challenging track. The back nine's actually pretty
What
hard.
was the front back total?
39.
Smooth.
But I had 3 birdies on the back.
What?
Whoa.
So I
Par 5? What was going on?
no, on the 10th hole, which is a par 5 that I usually birdie, I 3-putt bogeyed it. And I was like, well, I'm probably not going to have that good of a round today. And then I had 2 is it 10, 11 on 12 and 14. I almost dunked each of my chips. Like my divot was each time like touching the edge of the cup. So that was exciting.
That's good golf.
I was dialed in. So I'll be good for the tournament, I promise, because I was batting around.
Well, you have to stay good.
I know.
I have to try to be good for the tournament.
And I got a bit of a shoulder thing that's bugging me now.
Yes.
So I got to get that sorted out.
Chipped in with a hybrid. That's no joke.
Well, that's just
That was sick.
yeah.
Keep that in a jar.
Oh yeah, that's
Also,
classic maneuver.
our full golf tournament video is scheduled to drop either late tomorrow or early Wednesday. Let's say
I'm
early
interested in
Wednesday
that.
on the Oilers Nation YouTube. So if you aren't subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube, you can head over there, hit that button, and you can get the golf video when it comes out. Look at a little ping. Bing, Oilers Nation has posted a new video, and it'll be me, Jay, and Chalmers, 3 of us doing a little best ball, trying to chase.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the tourney.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited for 2 people to join us. I'm excited to take a run.
We're gonna do
We got
that.
to dethrone these trophy chasers. You'll see in the video they were watching us.
Yeah, they had planes. They were doing full Canadian women's soccer team on us, watching our practice.
There
round. Seeing how we were attacking the
There were
course.
some giant drones flying over us.
If you guys don't mind, Liam, I know you said you don't want to talk Oilers.
Oh, you guys talk. I'll just listen.
All right. Our Oilers talk is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And you can download the app and sign up today and use the promo code OILYBONUS to get in on a huge range of markets. Shout out to our friends at Bet365. Did you see the tweet from Bob today?
I did see the tweet.
Bob
from
Stauffer
today.
saying it sounds like Evander Kane will start next season on LTIR. Surgery is possible for Evander Kane. Had heard some conflicting reports surrounding that over the last little bit, but if the Bob father's saying it, I believe him. Evander Kane on LTIR. We are finally
cap compliant.
We are going to be, it'll still be tight, but we should be cap compliant.
Cue the Broberg
Holloway deals.
Holloway deals.
And also, we're finally not upset about the LTIR loophole anymore. We're not going to complain about when Vegas and Tampa did it.
No. I was upset that we weren't using it.
Okay,
and we
so-
had plenty of opportunities.
Well, you can't exactly just out of thin air pull it up. Like the way
Remember when
that-
Joffrey Lupul went snowboarding? You can just make up shit.
I do think that's a little bit of what the Oilers are doing here. Like and maybe Evander Kane is winking and in on it to an extent.
I'm sure he has an injury.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're not making up an injury.
Nothing's made up. There's
But like
the plan around it.
Yeah.
the Kucherov thing.
I'm
was,
gonna rehab it for 3 months and then decide to get surgery.
and the
full season
surgery
gone.
takes 6 months, and the playoffs are 6 months from now. Like
It was well executed.
yeah. So maybe that's why we heard conflicting.
It's playing
reports.
within the rules.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that.
Yeah. So the Oilers will have a little bit of money now. It'd be interesting to see if they try to go the route because you can do like off-season LTIR or you can be cap compliant on day one. And then
But how do you do that though?
It's actually pretty easy.
You have to send down people that that don't have to go through waivers.
or you just waive a couple. So right now they're 354K over with 12 forwards and 7 defensemen. That's not including Broberg and Holloway.
Yeah, leave them unsigned until
No.
camp.
So you waive Josh Brown and you take that $1 million that you save.
Risk losing Josh Brown.
I can absolutely promise you no one's taking a 3-year deal of Josh Brown.
How dare you?
Okay, waive Josh Brown.
And then that $1 million goes to Broberg.
Okay,
Good.
here you go, Broby.
You waive Derek Ryan. No one's claiming Derek
Oh,
Ryan.
you don't know that.
Utah might claim Derek Ryan.
Decent point. You
What?
waive Derek Ryan.
If I'm Ryan Smith in Utah and Derek Ryan's available, yoink, and I'm putting him on billboards saying, one of us.
So you waive Derek Ryan, take that $900K, give it to Holloway for the simplicity of this. And then right before opening day, you waive Troy Stetcher.
Why didn't
Or you waive Corey Perry.
I was going to say, you never said Corey Perry. When you were out
Yeah,
of the
you could
wave
do-
Perry, then Ryan?
But you don't. I think
you
out of
could do either
respect, they won't. You don't waive Corey Perry. Like, it's like sure, but
You don't sign a guy Corey Perry's age to waive him.
No, but all you're
I'm
doing.
just frustrated. Why would
Perry
they
take-
just sign Perry? Like,
I know.
why wouldn't it be a league minimum deal?
So
I don't get it.
Okay, First
For
off,
all parties.
let me
Why?
finish you're waiving him, and then the second the season starts, Kane goes on LTIR, and Stetcher and Perry and Brown come back up, and you're good.
Provided they clear.
Corey Perry can sit there and just go, if anyone claims me, I'm retiring. Don't claim me. And no one's going to
What
claim him.
about Stetcher?
Stetcher, I mean, whatever. Cost of doing business. If you lose Troy Stetcher, you lose Troy Stetcher. I don't think anyone claims him.
Are we
He's signed
witnessing
for league minimum?
Are we witnessing the beginning of the Stana plan? Is that what we're watching happen here? This
Well,
moving.
I don't want to call it that.
We got to call it something. We got to make reference to him somehow. He's out here doing things.
Jeff Jackson's jambalaya.
You think that you're still Jeff Jacksoning this moves?
Yeah.
How would it work between the two of them? I wonder.
Similar to how I guess Ken Holland didn't really report to anyone, but Jeff Jackson signs off on every move.
But Jeff Jackson seemingly much more involved in his role than anybody was prior to him coming to the team because Nicholson wasn't making that much.
No, Nicholson was. Remember when they would do like their year-end availabilities? Like Nicholson was sitting there next to Shirelli. Like, I don't know. I think he was. He was involved.
I saw Shirelli the other day
What?
at Rogers' place.
Oh, for Helena.
At the Helinka. He was sat in the, was it Studio 99?
Yeah.
He was sat there looking over everything. And it really,
The house
Was he by himself?
he was sat with someone else, but they were scouts were having meals and he was sat there and it just brought a burning fire inside of me.
Oilers fans just walking
Well,
up
it must
to
be
telling him off.
in there himself, though. We got to think.
Yeah.
It would probably be a little tough. Anyways, that's how they can figure out the cap thing with Kane going on LTIR.
So what's the difference between him going on LTIR now and at day one of training of the season?
There's some benefit, isn't there?
Yeah.
More space, full LTIR.
Yes, I think so. Though I don't know how to word it properly, and I don't want to
Speak
say
it out. and we'll
Act it out.
Figure it
Yeah.
out.
Well, so I think it's like because you want to be as close to cap compliant as possible if you're going to do it at the beginning of the season, or you want to like blow over it if you're going to use the off season one, right? So if you can get as close to cap compliant for the start of the season and then put Kane on LTIR, you can call back all those guys. You can run with a full roster. You can use some of that space at the deadline if you wanted to, right?
But it doesn't accumulate. It's just
It doesn't accumulate. It's the
But do you get like but is there like a difference where like if you do in the off season, you only get like 80% of LTIR pool versus 100% if you're cap compliant and then do it?
No. So
No?
the difference would be, so right now they're 300K over. Let's say they sign Broberg and Holloway for $1 million each or 2.3 over. You put Kane on LTIR and you get $2.3 million worth of space. Like it just brings you back. I don't think you can like use the rest of it is the way it works.
You can't use the remaining amount
No, you want to be like the max. You want to be as close then to $5 million over as you can be.
now. It
Yeah.
doesn't carry over from off season
Yeah.
to regular. Okay.
So that's why you would want to go the route of waive a bunch of guys, bury them, bring them back up as soon as you put Kane on LTIR.
Because we won't get the benefit of the traded line of that space.
Yeah. I
Or
believe.
just get your guy now.
Yeah. So I think they'll do the regular season thing and whatever.
You think they'll make all the moves?
Yeah, I think they'll put a bunch of guys on waivers, and every team's going to be trying to trim down their rosters. Like again, every team has 2 Troy Stetchers. They're not going to sit there and like jump at Troy Stetcher.
Guys will make it through. Like when Tyler Ennis was going on, everyone thought he was gone, and he
Raph
stayed.
Lavoie.
Lavoie did it.
They put Tyler Benson on waivers, and everyone's like, "Whoa, why would?" And then he clears, and it's just like every organization has their roster jams.
Yeah.
They're not picking up Corey
Roster
Perry.
jam?
Monster Jam.
Who's the Gravedigger?
Rooster Jam, the basketball game played only by roosters.
NBA Jam, the old video game.
Remember when you used to catch fire and then you could shoot?
He's
4
on
points?
fire.
I never played that game.
Oh,
It was a little before my time.
made it rain. Be Detlef Shrimp.
You could hit enough free throws that
In
you could
those
shoot
threes?
for 4 pointers. Your feet were on fire.
I'm kind of sad that I only grew up in the era of realistic video games when all the push was just how realistic can we make the games.
You should have lived. What was it? Def Jam versus whatever. And it was hip hop stars playing basketball against each other. That was a game. You could play as DMX. He was unreal. When's the last time we saw a crossover like that? Remember Lil Bow Wow would be in like NBA 14 and he had a rating of 92 and shit. Those are the days, Liam.
I do remember that.
I like how people get mad about that. Like, do you want Little Bow Wow to have his actual skills in the game where he's a 6 and you're playing and just dunking on him all the time?
I do remember in like the early NHL games, and I hope I'm not misremembering this, but every year EA Sports would like, there was a run of like 6 years where it'd be like a Make-A-Wish thing where like a kid
Oh,
would get to be in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
But they would always be good, and I'd get mad during my franchise mode that there was like some random 90-year-old player in the game. I'm like, who is this?
90-year-old.
90 overall, sorry.
Oh.
Kid.
So you want the kids to have accurate skills.
You could have put him in the game as a 50 overall.
Sure. So rude.
Wow.
So disrespectful.
Jeez.
Kidding. That's all.
Wow. That's a.
How come other sports games, like why isn't Brooks and Dunn in NHL 2K? Like how come they never embraced music or culture?
I don't know.
I think Ice Spice is in the new 2K24. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding.
So like again,
she sits sidelines, but she stands up and like nays or something.
Yeah, they did do that. They put this.
That's awesome.
I thought you were gonna say they put her in the game. I'm like, they have to change like her height to like 6'3", right? Just like a super tall Ice Spice.
She's Wemby sized.
Yeah. Okay. Before we continue along, we do need to step aside for a quick break.
Grab a Burger Beat MS on August 22nd.
Back on the Real Life Podcast. This is going to be a part of the show that only pertains to Jay and I. Did you watch Big Brother last week, obviously?
I didn't see last night, so.
Okay, I didn't either, so we're on the same page.
Too exhausted for
The Wednesday, Thursday veto eviction episodes were two of the best episodes of Big Brother I think I've ever watched.
Really?
Guy on the block goes out because there has to be 3 people on the block this year. And
Okay,
then
that's cool.
they added a new competition 20 minutes before the eviction, not even 10 minutes before the eviction. The 3 of them compete in a head-to-head contest, and one of them can pull themselves off the block. So like a second veto only between the 3 of them. Buddy number 1 is on the block. He keeps saying the game's too boring. He goes up to the HOH and says, because he won the veto and he's one of the 3 knobs. He says, I'm not using it on me. I'm going to use it on the lady next to me who no one likes, is kind of the house target. I'm going to use it on her. You put up this guy named Quinn, and then we're going to get him out. And I'll compete against him in the AI or in the contest at the end, make sure he stays there. We're good. And the HOH is kind of like, I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't think I'm going to do that. This guy did. And then he did tell him the morning of the.
Like he made it seem like it was a good idea.
Yeah, he made it seem like it was a good idea, but then ultimately told him, like, don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Use the veto on yourself. And this guy's like, disregarded it.
I'm still doing this.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
Uses the veto on a chick next on the lady next to him.
The real dramatic lady?
Yeah. Uses the veto on
just
her.
because you can go against her and win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So uses the veto on her. She's off. He's still on the block. The HOH puts up another girl. This girl has a power up, which is I can veto myself.
What?
And America names the replacement nominee.
Secret power up or known to all?
Well, she made it known to all.
She told everyone.
So she screwed up.
Okay.
Okay.
So she uses this magic veto on herself. America goes to vote for the replacement nominee now. They vote for the guy who was like the original backdoor plan.
Oh.
It was insane drama. Is the
There's a lot of moving pieces there.
It was like crazy.
Yeah, and then Kenny, you screwed it up, man.
Yeah,
because you screwed it up, and Tucker has now played it way too hard.
Yep,
he's proven he's a beast, and he's threatened a bunch of people, a person, which is part of a big group, and so he's in trouble. And I like Tucker.
Me too, but he might be fucked.
He's probably fucked.
Because I didn't watch last night, but either Quinn wins HOH or someone else wins HOH and Quinn uses the power to put Tucker on the block.
How far into it are
I mean, like that's what. Yeah.
12
he's got that
13
power.
episodes.
So how many people are left? About
there's
8?
still.
I think there's only been 3 that have been evicted.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
still
And how
13.
many go through?
So there's 16 to start.
Okay, I'm going to start tonight.
You're going to catch up?
I have all the episodes recorded from like...
Does Andrea watch it with you?
She won't be tonight because she's at work. So that's what I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
She kind of got tired of it.
Skip the first 2 episodes because they're like the lame.
Yeah, I don't
intro
really
thing.
care about like the intros and stuff.
They drew out the opening episode into 2 episodes,
Oh,
which
that
is
is
very
lame.
annoying.
So yeah, without those, you're probably only 11 back.
What did you say at the start of that? That was the biggest move in Big Brother that you've ever seen? Or something?
It was like the wildest 2 episodes
okay.
I can remember in recent memory.
Dan's funeral is my
Dan's
big
funeral
one.
is
That
I
was
hope
crazy.
Mackenzie, because Mackenzie and Tucker are now aligned.
They have to be.
So if Mackenzie can pull it off tonight or last night,
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
What's the theme? Don't say AI.
AI?
Yeah, they all love the Dallas Stars.
Yeah. Wow. That's good.
But yeah, that contest they do on eviction nights called the AI Arena.
Is there like a matrix wall or some oh,
Yeah, there is.
boy.
And the AI identity is named Ainsley.
Still Zingbot though?
No. It's like this new
Right.
like,
But still,
robot.
Zingbot's still, I assume, not going to have beef with the AI, be able to
Well,
coexist.
I bet you. I bet you Zingbot will take offense to Ainsley and probably zing Ainsley.
Probably.
Has the beaver thing come into play yet? Have
The
they done that?
beaver thing.
What's that thing where they do the beaver and they have to climb up that little waterfall?
No, you're thinking of OTEV.
Oh, Otev, yeah.
The
That's a-
beaver thing.
OTEV.
Isn't that a beaver?
No, he's
He
just,
posted about a beaver today, though, so this is interesting.
Oh,
cool
yeah.
is that?
But just wait, why did you think beaver?
I thought it was a beaver.
One year there might have been a
OTEV.
beaver.
One year it might have looked like a beaver. OTEV always takes on a different
What's
person.
OTEV again?
No,
Beetle
maybe it's not
backwards.
the same thing.
Right,
then.
right.
Let me look it up.
Did you see how big that beaver was?
That
I
was
posted?
a monster beaver.
I want to tell a joke so bad, but
I
all the
know.
sponsors.
Yeah. But anyway, so we teed off on 18. And when we were on like 16, we're like, oh shit, the beaver's like in the trees over there. That's cool.
That tree's almost down.
So we drove up and like, I didn't think he was going to be like right next to the path like that. So I like pulled out my phone, took a picture. I'm like, whoa, he's big. And he kind of had this mischievous look. He kept tapping his little fingers together and like looking around almost like he's
Did you
like,
see his teeth?
yeah,
Yeah.
They can fuck you up, a beaver.
I know. My foot hovering over the gas in
Oh,
case I
yeah.
had to pin it. And then
Get that beaver fever.
that night when we got home, Amber was like, I was like, I can't believe we saw the beaver that close. Like that was cool. She was like, and the tree was almost down. I didn't even see that the tree was almost down at first. I had to go back and look at the photo and I was like, damn, he was
Like
working.
it looked like how they do it in the cartoons.
Yeah.
How they take it out at both angles. Like great technique.
Yeah. So that thing's coming down. It's probably down now.
It's down.
Yeah. And he's working. But I did hear that apparently golf courses are allowed to treat them like pests if they so choose.
Well, they'll fuck your course up.
Yeah. Like
They're not helpful, these
No.
beavers.
No, they're not.
They'll dam your rivers.
Yeah.
They'll steal all your nickels, then appear on one. That's true, Liam. That's why they're on there. Do you know that?
Because
Beaver stole a nickel in Rito Hall, ran right out, and they put him on
Really?
Canadian Heritage Moment.
Damn.
So what did the Queen steal to get on it?
What's that?
Never mind.
How dare you?
Yeah, maybe.
That
dare
is,
you.
yeah.
She appeared with James Bond in the opening of the London Olympics.
And Mr. Bean. Arguably the best.
She appeared on
Olymp-
Mr. Bean.
No, Mr. Bean was in the
In the Olympic
opening ceremonies
ceremony.
in London.
Oh yeah, well, but
That was incredible. Spice
Rowan
Girls?
Atkinson.
Yes. Well, the Mr.
Sir
Bean.
Rowan Atkinson.
He's been knighted?
Of course.
Dude, Mr. Bean. You want look up something on your fancy computer there. How many episodes of
it's crazy.
Mr. Bean have there ever been? It's like 10.
No,
man.
I think it's 21 is my guess.
It's so low. I thought
very
it was
low.
on for like 30 years.
Yeah, I know.
15.
15, yeah.
15
I thought it
episodes,
ran
man.
forever.
Think
He had
about that.
He had a big movie.
Johnny English.
John English, one
No,
and
no,
two.
no.
No, there was a Mr. Bean movie, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
wild to me, though.
Scooby-Doo. He was in Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, he was in Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Monster Island.
Yeah.
As Mr. Bean?
No, it was Rowan Atkinson.
No.
Well, not as, but like, yeah.
You ever
But
seen
he's like a Shakespearean, like he's a thespian.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean had 2 movies.
Now
I can't
Google.
believe there's 50. That is mind
That's
blowing.
it. That's what a cultural impact. Now look at Mr. Bean daughter.
Oh yes.
Well, yeah. While you got the computer open, she's classically trained beauty. A gorgeous woman.
That ain't it.
The dead silence
A lot
on the
of
air.
Lily Sastry.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean, if you look into his life, Rowan Atkinson is a stud. There's a photo of him. He's like 21, I think, on the Broadway of London. I think he's got like a Porsche or a Rolls Royce, and he's leaning against the hood. He is stunting because he was Blackadder before he was Mr. Bean.
Yep.
So like he's been the shit. He's a big deal over there.
Was
He
it
is
Faulty
huge.
Towers? Too young. Too old. Too young.
I don't know what Faulty Towers is.
What? Surely.
Do you know?
Nope. What is that?
Well, of course Tyler won't know anything.
Jay's
Faulty Towers.
Unless it's a
Okay,
Blue Jay.
This is not push your mic away and discuss levels of
No,
not
I
knowing
would.
something.
Well, no,
Faulty
I was
Towers.
disgusted by you. I was just more shocked by Liam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
I do
I'm
know
not
what this
surprised you
is.
don't
Basil Faulty
know.
has a hotel.
I know. I'm not surprised you don't know.
No, I
about
don't know what
Faulty
this
Towers.
is.
Now hold on. Do you like British comedy or do you
Yeah,
find
have
it
you heard of
repulsive?
Monty Python?
Yes. I've
Okay,
heard of Monty
okay.
Python.
But they're hard to watch, some of those now. Like, I don't know. They haven't all aged
What's
brilliantly.
the hotel one? It involves a phone.
That's Faulty Towers.
Is that Faulty Towers?
Basil Faulty runs the hotel. It's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched Faulty Towers.
Shame on you.
My apologies.
Your passport should be revoked.
Do you know who John Cleese is?
No.
Oh,
I'm better
okay.
with faces and
Yes,
names.
you know. You would definitely know who John
Look
Gleason.
him up, Tyler.
Tyler's busy with Rowan Atkinson's daughter.
Oh, yes. I think I know who that is.
Very famous.
Very famous.
Why should the queen be on the money? She held the Commonwealth together for 70 years with one hand while keeping Prince Andrew Bay with the other.
Anything else?
I'm good on the royal
Ask
family.
your dad if he knows about Faulty
My dad
Towers.
would want. I'm sure he's referenced it before. My dad likes Only Fools and Horses. You guys seen that one?
No,
How could you not?
because I've watched things like Basil
Well,
Fawlty. and
A,
Fawlty
I'm
Towers.
not from your land.
It's a big one. It's actually a really big
Only
show.
fools and horses?
Yeah.
He's
I've
got the
never
guy
heard that.
Manuel at the hotel that he beats with his shoe because he can't get anything right. Oh, Manuel, what will you get up to next at the Faulty Tower?
And maybe
Hilarious.
I'll watch it on BritBox. You guys have it?
You gonna review it on your letterbox?
Yeah, I call it Liam
Well, I
Box.
actually watched A Bug's Life the other day.
On BritBox?
No, on Disney Plus.
Oh.
That is a movie I've not seen in a long time. It's a good one. 3.5.
Is what you gave it?
Yeah,
That's the last
out of?
5 you gave up.
5.
5.
The last
Five
five.
what, though? What's your unit?
5 stars.
Okay.
5. I don't remember the last 5. It's hard to get, you know.
There you go. I guess
Walk me through the criterion of a 5.
Well, it's gotta be like a good story.
Uh-huh.
The acting obviously gotta be key. I don't want to get bored halfway through it. Maybe an Oppenheimer is the one I gave a 5. It's Liam Horriban 96.
Are you looking up your movie reviews online?
Do you have a following? Is this like a social media
Yeah,
play
I
as
have,
well?
14 followers.
You watched 113 movies.
Hold on. You review movies online?
Yeah.
Go on. Tell the people how to find you.
The only
Letterboxd.
5-star you've ever given out is Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was intense, Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it was
Like,
really
It
good.
felt intense the whole time.
Did you just grade it a 3?
No, I'm searching through yours.
He graded you a 3.
The only movies you've given a 4: Dune Part 2, The Holdovers, Manchester by the Sea,
That was so good.
and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Have you guys seen Manchester by the Sea?
I've been meaning to.
I would prefer not to.
It's not your Manchester.
No. It's Manchester, Massachusetts.
I'm listening.
It's amazing. What's
That's Casey Affleck.
Casey
in it, though.
Affleck. He won an Oscar for it.
I know, but
But the
I struggle
plot
with him.
twist is you would
Don't.
I will
in
not.
the event.
You will never see it coming. It is insane.
Okay.
Casey Affleck's doing a thing on Apple with Matt Damon.
Yeah.
You got to respect the friendship, but Casey Affleck's a tough co-star.
Well,
He's not
I
funny.
don't like him. I don't like him because of a one role in a movie he played.
Robert Ford?
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Filmed at Fort Edmonton
Really?
with Brad Pitt.
Whoa. Is that why you went to
The mall?
no
'Cause he
Julio's?
Who?
If you go into Julio's on White, there's like a plaque in there and it's like Brad Pitt
It would have been from
sat in this seat. And
He
had
went to the
this
mall
on.
with Angelina and all the child army, and someone took a photo of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they sold it for like big money.
Yeah, they bought a Jeep.
Yeah. You don't review every movie you watch.
Well, it's difficult to do.
You've never reviewed something lower than 3 stars. Oh, no, you did a 2.5 here.
On.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
It was very bad. But so I didn't want to go through every single movie and review it. So when I watch that movie again, if I've already watched it, I'll review it then.
2.5 stars on a Guardians of the Galaxy you didn't
I
like.
didn't like it.
Which one? The first one?
The second one, I think.
Kicking and Screaming got a 4 though.
So good.
What's
They
that?
have Mike Dick is in that movie.
Mike Ditka.
What is that?
It's
Well,
Will Ferrell?
with your
Soccer
accent,
movie?
that sounded very strange at first, but then I figured it out.
it's a Will Ferrell movie, and he has this like rivalry with his dad, and the dad remarried. Now they have a younger son who is Josh Hutchinson, and Hutchinson's like 8 years old. It's so funny.
So he fights with an 8-year-old the whole time?
No, it's a soccer movie.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and they're on rival teams.
I got you.
It's so
My
good.
favorite character is Byung Sung. When he does a little cup on the knee thing. I love that. That's so good. That's good comedy.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
They got to bring those ones back.
Anything else?
Give me some stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
Oh, because you're going to
do
go
you-
co-host Gregor for the week.
who do you
Right
have
now,
on
with
it?
nothing in my mind other than LeBron James has a younger son with glasses. That's all I know.
Do you have any guests?
Well, I don't know. I'm coming in an hour and a half
I thought
late
you were
and
hosting.
leaving early. Co-hosting.
Oh yeah, because it starts at 2.
Connor's going.
Tom Cruise entry into the Olympics?
Yeah, you're going to have to talk Olympics to some extent.
Yeah, you could give your takes pre-show. Maybe not.
I wasn't loving the Canadian broadcasts. They were trying too hard to tell jokes. They were trying too hard to be
Yeah.
culturally funny. I want to know about the sport I'm watching, and I want to know about the athletes.
The tweet says you're on at 3, so you should probably go. But you're talking Elks. You have an Elks guest. You have a Dolphins guest, or an Elks player, Justin Rankin. You have a Dolphins guest, Spectre, and Kevin Woodley.
Oh, you should ask him. You mentioned his name before, Noah Lyles. Tyreek Hill came out today and said he could beat Noah Lyles in a 100-meter sprint.
Ask the Finns guest
so
about
you can
that.
ask him.
Finn's a guest.
Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
There's a dolphin?
Yeah. Well,
it's not Free Willy.
His name's Theo Dorsey.
Is he a player?
No, he's with ESPN.
Oh, he looks cool.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Shit.
They said I'm going on at 3. What
Yeah.
time is it now?
2:35. It'll be tight.
That'll be tight. I said they only asked me yesterday. They must have had everybody else die or something. They texted me at 10:36 and they're like, hey, and I got back to them at 9 o'clock last night. Was like, I'll come, but I got to go do a podcast. I'll be there when I'm done.
All right, Jay, you good? Anything else? No, you're good.
Oh, we talked about Folk Fest.
Oh, Stephen Ellis was on the show on Thursday.
He's a good guy.
Great guy.
He's the best.
Went to the mall, tried Wilhauk beef jerky, and said it was delicious. So there you go. That's about as good of a review as you can
And
get.
he was talking to me about it at Halinka too. But he said something about the donairs, which he didn't put in his tweet. He had a chicken donair.
That's not a donair.
I know. That's what I
Like,
said to him.
I guess like technically it is, but
Donair
it's not a
adjacent.
donair. Yeah, it's
But it's not
if
what
you're
he-
having it. If you're going for a donair for your first donair,
And what meat is a donair? None of your business.
I
It's
asked
not
him.
chicken.
I was like, "What did you have on your donair?" He's like, "Well, I had chicken, and I didn't."
Oh,
the rest
God.
of it didn't
it's like
matter.
Quads being like, yeah, like they've got all these different types. They've got pork. They've got. I'm like, stop it. You're not at a donair. Bro.
Beef-ish.
I had a
donair.
donair at Folk Fest.
They sell them there.
Was it good?
You might have one. on
It
the way home.
was. They went light on the meat, but it had potential.
Better than the one you caught at an Oilers game.
That was the single-handedly the worst donair ever.
But
Single-handedly.
grand scheme of things, flew through the air,
Like
won
the
it.
whole experience
Yeah.
and the packaging,
Yes.
10 out of 10.
There.
But when the meat looked like sliced roast beef and the sauce was flavorless, it was ice cold. It was very difficult. They have a lot of room for improvement on that donair.
Shout out to our friends, by the way, Wilhauk Beef Jerky, Alberta's best tasting beef jerky. 3 spots in the Edmonton area, Leduc, Spruce Grove, and like Steven did, the mall, West Edmonton Mall. They got a kiosk there. WilhaukBeefJerky.com. All right. Good stuff. Liam, appreciate you and your tablecloth joining us.
You're welcome. My legs are
Wanye
fine.
is gone. He's going to do Gregor. Jay is...
I'm just hanging out. I folk fest. I'm tired.
Yeah.
For all you others who did, I hope you had a great weekend. It was such a good time.
Liam was a farmer this weekend.
You're a farmer. Where are you farming?
Massive
Oh, zucchinis. Can you pull it up on your laptop quickly?
Like
Oh yeah.
are they part of the gourd family? Zucchinis? Are they a gourd?
They're the
I don't
cucumber
know.
family.
Are they? Yeah, I have 5
No, they're kind of gourdy.
massive ones. Look at those things. Now he's
Yeah,
not
those
close
are gourd. Those I believe are part of the zucchini part of the gourd family. They're kind of gourdy.
I haven't tried them yet, but they're going to be delicious, and I have more coming. I had some beets, carrots. My cucumbers are coming through nicely. Are they part of the gourd family?
A variety of summer squash in the gourd family.
Yeah, see?
I got squash coming and pumpkins too. Stay tuned.
All gourds.
All gourds. All at the bottom of my garden. Do you
Call
want a
you Gordy
zucchini?
Howe.
Do you want a zucchini?
No,
No?
I'm a cucumber guy.
You want some cucumbers?
I'm proper English.
Cucumbers are a member of the gourd family too.
That makes
What?
sense.
How dare they?
Or eggplant.
Proper English.
Eggplants. Ooh, that's a good question. I would love cucumber.
Okay, I'll bring you a cucumber.
Crawford loves cucumber hummus.
She loves swimming.
She loves swimming.
Eggplant is a fruit.
What?
Whoa.
That is mind child.
That
Generally
is-
thought of as a vegetable. Eggplant is actually a fruit.
Well, it's like a tomato, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Bit silly. Fruit you can just pick up and eat. You're not just going to grab an eggplant and munch it, are you?
No. Well. All right. Farmer Liam update. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Who's going to be here when we do the show on Thursday?
I will not. I'm on my annual guys golf trip.
Who's out in the office right now?
Is everyone off Thursday?
Well, everyone but me.
BMI News away. Wanye's away.
Oh, maybe Wanye will be here, actually. I've always also, if there ever is an episode where it's just me, I've had this dream of doing an episode where I just randomly call Nation staff and chat with them for like 5 minutes.
You should also do one where you pretend to be each of us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the
that'd go
people.
poorly.
That would be cool.
Like having a conversation and then throwing it to Wanye and answering as how you think you would answer it into myself. And
That seems like a lot of work.
What? It's just all off the dome, bro. It's from the heart.
All right. Well, maybe you might be getting that on Thursday. Who knows? Look forward to it. Leave us a review if you don't mind. We can read reviews on Thursday, or if you just want to sound off on random things, drop us a review on Apple or Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll be back on Thursday.